What happens when a quiet, ordinary life collides with the dangerous world of crime? Lily's world is turned upside down when she falls for Alex, a charismatic but dangerous gangster. As their love story unfolds, she must decide, will she follow her heart or her conscience? In a world full of secrets, lies, and betrayal, can love survive the darkness? Watch as Lily's life spirals into a web of danger and desire. Lily had always been the type of girl who played it safe. Raised in a small town in the Midwest, she led a simple, predictable life. Her friends were mostly from school, and her days consisted of working at the local diner and spending weekends curled up with a book. But that was before she met him, Alex Blackwood. She first saw him at the diner one Thursday evening. Lily was serving tables when a tall, dark figure walked in. His presence filled the room, and every eye turned toward him. Alex had that effect on people, commanding, magnetic. His eyes were dark and intense, as if he carried 1,000 secrets. His jawline was sharp, and he wore a leather jacket that seemed to fit him perfectly. Lily couldn't help but watch as he walked past her to a booth in the corner. He didn't look at anyone, but somehow it felt as though he was aware of every person in the room. When she took his order, his voice was low, almost hushed, and his gaze never left hers. "Coffee. Black," he said, his voice sending a strange chill down her spine. It wasn't the kind of order Lily was used to. She was accustomed to friendly small talk, but Alex didn't smile. He didn't make idle chatter. She couldn't decide whether that made him intriguing or intimidating. When she returned with his coffee, he looked up at her. For a moment, there was an intense silence between them, and Lily couldn't explain why, but she felt an electric pull toward him. "Thank you," he said softly. As she walked away, she couldn't shake the feeling that she'd just met someone who wasn't like the rest. Chapter 2. The intrigue grows. Over the next few weeks, Alex returned to the diner almost every evening. Each time, his presence seemed to make the air heavier. Lily couldn't ignore him. Whenever their eyes met, she felt a strange connection, like something unspoken passed between them. She tried to focus on her work, but her mind often wandered back to him. One night, Alex spoke to her again. "You're always here at night," he said casually. "What do you do during the day?" Lily was caught off guard by the question. It wasn't like him to ask about her life, but she shrugged and gave a small laugh. "Just work." "Same as you, I guess," she replied. He raised an eyebrow. "I'm not like everyone else." Lily hesitated, unsure of how to respond. There was something about him, something mysterious, that made her both nervous and curious. "You seem like you're always alone," he continued. "Aren't you ever afraid of being alone?" Lily tried to brush off the question. "I like being alone. I'm used to it." Alex studied her for a moment, then smiled, a small, almost imperceptible smile. But it was enough to make her heart skip a beat. "I think you're more interesting than you let on, Lily." Chapter 3. The secrets begin to unravel. Weeks turned into months, and Lily's connection with Alex deepened. They started talking more outside the diner. He would drive her home some nights after her shifts, and their conversations became more personal. But Alex was always vague about his past. He never mentioned his family, his job, or what he did during the day. He would say things like, "I work with people who make sure things get done." His vague explanations only fueled Lily's curiosity. She knew Alex wasn't an ordinary guy. She overheard whispers from people in the diner, and there were rumors that he was involved in something dangerous, something illegal. People called him the Black Wolf, a name that carried a dark weight. One night, Lily couldn't ignore it any longer. She asked him directly, "Alex, what do you do? What kind of work are you involved in?" His expression darkened. For the first time, there was a coldness in his eyes. "I told you, it's not something you need to worry about." But Lily didn't back down. "I need to know, Alex. You've been in my life for months now, and you can't keep hiding things from me." "I'm not stupid." He exhaled slowly, as if weighing his options. Then he leaned in close to her. His breath was warm against her ear as he whispered, "I work for a powerful man, a man who owns this city. I do things for him." The chill that ran down Lily's spine wasn't from fear. It was from the realization that Alex was a part of something much bigger and more dangerous than she could have ever imagined. Chapter 4. The dangers of love. Despite his confession, Lily found herself drawn deeper into Alex's world. The more time she spent with him, the more she saw that he wasn't just a bad boy, he was someone who had been broken by his circumstances. He didn't want this life, but he was trapped by it. One night, Alex invited Lily to a party at a mansion on the outskirts of the city. It was luxurious, filled with rich people and shady characters, but Lily could tell something wasn't right. The air was thick with tension. When they arrived, Alex's demeanor shifted. He became more distant, his gaze always scanning the room as if he were on high alert. Lily tried to make small talk, but every time she caught his eye, she saw the same unease she had noticed before. Finally, she pulled him aside. "What's going on, Alex? What kind of people are we surrounded by?" He looked at her sharply. "People who don't ask questions. People who don't care about consequences. People who live in a world where loyalty is everything and betrayal is deadly." Before Lily could respond, gunshots rang out from the direction of the pool. Chaos erupted. People screamed, and the entire party descended into madness. Alex immediately pulled Lily toward the exit, his grip firm, his face etched with fear. "We need to go. Now," he said, his voice low and urgent. Chapter 5. The Turning Point. The next few days were a blur. Lily had never been more afraid in her life. She kept thinking about the gunshots, about the violent world Alex was a part of. She wanted to escape, but she couldn't bring herself to leave him. Alex, however, had made up his mind. One night, he came to her apartment and told her something that shattered everything. "I can't keep you safe, Lily. My life is too dangerous for you. You're better off without me." Lily didn't know what to say. She wanted to argue, to tell him that she would stay by his side, but deep down, she knew he was right. She had fallen for a gangster, and now she was paying the price. "I can't lose you," she whispered. Alex looked at her one last time, his eyes filled with pain. "You already have." And with that, he walked out of her life. Chapter 6. The Aftermath. Lily never saw Alex again after that night. She continued with her life, trying to put the pieces of her broken heart back together. But there was always a part of her that wondered what would have happened if she had stayed with him. She knew the answer, though. Falling for a gangster wasn't just about love. It was about survival. And some worlds were too dangerous to belong to.